Hello, hello. That was some hardcore music. I like the intro. Yeah, so first of all, thanks everyone for being here. This is really a dream come true for us. This is something we've been working towards for a long time, so it warms my heart to see everyone in the room and everything. Just to actually have this happen, we've been working towards it for a long time. So thanks a lot for being here. Thanks for the vote of confidence. And I've been really shocked just to meet everybody, the caliber of everybody here. Everybody is really successful, a lot of just geniuses at what they do, so I've had a great time meeting all of you, and yeah, make sure, like Kyle said, keep on connecting with each other. You know, the value of this event is going to come out of the connections you make here today. Our whole goal with the event was, you know, we really want this to change the course of your life, and the only way that's going to happen is if you go out there and take advantage of the opportunity. So, so keep on connecting, and once again, thanks for being here. Just by show of hands, and yeah, like Kyle said, looks like last night we fought the bar and the bar won. We lost quite a few people. So, so just by show of hands, who here actually knows who I am and has probably heard me? Okay. Oh, wow, okay. I had a joke prepared for when nobody knew me, so there goes that. But yeah, so I'm just going to really quickly go into my backstory just to give you some context of who I am and where I'm coming from. And I know a lot of you guys have heard kind of the condensed version on the webinar, so I'll try to speed through it real quick. I got 20 minutes here. So, so I was born into a very poor family. My parents were 17 when they had me. My father is right here today, and he can be a testament to, you know, they were young enough, I think, to still believe that their kid could be special. So 17 years old, they really told me and taught me, you can do anything you want as long as you set your mind to it and really work hard at it. So 5 years old, up until I think 5 or 7 years old, we were on public aid, and yeah, just, you know, I was always a happy kid and everything. They, you know, I was doing well and everything, but by the time I was 9 years old, I'd watched my dad go from 17-year-old guy that nobody really respected, no offense, Dad, but 17-year-old guy that nobody really respected to, by the time I was 9 years old, he launched his first startup and sold it for $180 million. So right away, yes, congratulations. I hope one day I can get to that level too. But so from a really early age, I saw the power of entrepreneurship, and I knew the only thing I really knew in my bones was that I was going to be an entrepreneur. It was the only way for me. So, so you know, they probably weren't too happy about this, but by 12 years old, I had really decided that every day I was spending in school, every second I spent in class was another second that I wasn't becoming an entrepreneur, that school was actually harming me as an entrepreneur and taking me off my life's path. So, like Kyle said, started skipping school very early. Basically went just enough to appease my parents, to make sure I didn't get in too much trouble. But from there, you know, tons and tons of time just put into every single business model I could find. Everything from SEO to just every idea, every business model you've seen out there, I've definitely tried it. And you know, I think my dad knew from a pretty early age too that I was going to be an entrepreneur and I was on this path. So one day he came home from buying a new car, and he came in, and his car dealer had told him about this kid that 17 years old had within 3 months made enough money to buy a brand new Mercedes, just cash, just wrote a check for it. So my dad walked, the car dealer told him about him and said, yeah, he's just importing counterfeit hair straighteners and selling them on eBay. So like, this is incredible. And I was so young that nobody really respected me as an entrepreneur. So I had to do something that I was kind of behind the scenes at. And importing in e-commerce was kind of the first thing that I found. So my dad walked in and he said, hey, you're not going to school, so why don't you try this thing? It worked for this kid. So immediately I went into counterfeits, as a lot of you know. Not too proud of it in hindsight, but that was my first foray into business. Did everything from counterfeit counterfeit wallets, purses, sunglasses, pretty much anything I could get my hands on. I would buy it and sell it, and it went really well for me for a while. Got a bunch of my friends into it as well. A bunch of kids from my high school selling counterfeits online as well. So I don't know, probably not the best kid to have in your school. But from there, eventually we all got cease and desist. We all got shut down, and I still have a bunch of counterfeits at my house that I reminisce over every once in a while. But through that experience, yeah, from there I just kept on going with business. I stayed with importing and e-commerce. I went into airsoft guns for a while. That was really my bread and butter. Created this big airsoft brand, And eventually that fell apart too. The Chinese government ended up banning the export of airsoft guns. So pretty much the swipe of the pen, I was shut down. And from there, it was pretty depressing for me. But I went into a bunch of different businesses from there. Did a social network that we took public in about a year and a half. And then from there, we rolled that into this beauty company that we acquired. Took that, back into importing and e-commerce. Took that from 2 million to 20 million within 2-3 years. And then, it was really interesting because I kind of done it. I become a successful entrepreneur, but I hated it. It was horrible. So every day I'd go into the office and just have a horrible time. Blood pressure going up and up, heart rate racing for no reason, just because I hated it, and I knew I wasn't on my life's true path. So eventually I got out of that position, and one day I pretty much had a panic attack, and I said, I got to get out of this. I got to do something else. So from there, I really discovered that my true passion is just interacting with other business people, tossing ideas around, and thinking up ways. There's a lot of things wrong with the world, but the only people that actually change it are entrepreneurs, it seems like. So now I have a lot of fun just interacting with other entrepreneurs like yourselves, and just trying to get those ideas to happen. We started StartupBros in 2012, right after I got out of the beauty company, and that was originally just a personal blog, but it really took off in a huge way when we started talking about importing e-commerce, trying to help people build their own importing and e-commerce businesses, and yeah, from there, that was really just my life's true calling, I think. I have a lot of fun with StartupBros, and I can't thank everyone here enough. Words cannot describe how much it means to me that you guys are here today, and this is really a dream come true. So that's kind of my backstory. And then a lot of you guys know with StartupBros, we have the coaching program for importing and e-commerce. So we've had the honor of working with a lot of different people trying to do this business model. We have over 3,000 paying customers now that we've helped build these businesses. So I've really had the opportunity to get a really in-depth view of people trying to build these businesses and what actually differentiates successful e-commerce brands from unsuccessful ones. And I think a lot of people, I think there's a big misunderstanding about where that actually comes from, where that success is based on. So I was just going to talk today about a few of the main things I've seen with our clients and the things that really differentiate the big achievers from the people that really struggle with it. The first thing that everyone has a problem with e-commerce is product selection. Product selection can definitely be a tough part of the game, but the truth of the matter is, there's a lot of marketers out there, and I think marketers ruin everything. Emails, Twitter, Facebook, we all used to love these things. Now we're just flooded in marketing messages from them. So yeah, marketers really ruin everything. And what's kind of happening in importing and e-commerce right now, there's a lot of internet marketers who used to do SEO, social media. Now that those are kind of dying off and Amazon and e-commerce are really blowing up, we see a lot of marketers trying to go in and sell this idea that there's some formula to find a good product. I don't know, I haven't found it yet, so if anyone knows how to find a good product every single time and know 100%, please let me know, because I'd love to know that. But from what I've seen, there's no way to actually know if a product's going to be successful or not before you sell it. So everybody here in the Jumpstart program knows about our sample selling process, and that's all about, we always say in our program, nobody ever got rich selling samples. It's with the sample selling process and those first few products that you sell, it's really all about validating the product and figuring out if this thing's actually going to work for you. So that's definitely one of the number one things that differentiates successful people, or with our clients, successful clients from unsuccessful clients, is people that can actually take that risk, buy those samples, and just get rid of the samples as quick as you can. Just get them out the door. Because you're not actually trying to make money with these things. You just got to find out if the product is actually going to be a viable one for you. So this whole product validation process is definitely the number one differentiator, success versus unsuccessful people. And you're going to hear from a lot of people. I think Ben Fredericks was right after me. Will Chernlin, you'll be hearing from today as well. And these people, they just get, anytime they have this inspiration, anytime they have a good product idea, anytime they see a cool product, they immediately go and buy some samples and just get the samples back out the door. Let's see what happens. And that philosophy is going to allow you to really grow quicker because at the end of the day, again, nobody knows if there's a good product or not. If anybody tells you that there's some method or formula or blueprint that you need to buy to find a good product, it's just not going to happen. They're just hyping it up. So that's definitely the number one thing I see with clients that is the big differentiating factor. I'd say some more would be a lot of people think that the marketing methods are the key to success. That if you can figure out how to run a good Amazon coupon code campaign, if you can figure out how to run the right, right now it's all funnels, right? If you get a 27-step funnel and they're going to go here and here, that's I never find that to be the key to success either. The more you focus on the short-term marketing methods, the less successful you're going to be in the long run. It's much better to play the long game, especially if you're trying to build a big sellable company, which I think a lot of people here are. You got to play the long game, and so I think everybody here is smart enough to figure out how to make an Amazon coupon code. Everybody here is smart enough to execute every strategy and tactic you're going to see from all these incredible speakers this weekend. You guys can definitely do all that. You guys are all smart enough. Anyone can do that. What's difficult is building a brand that people care about, capturing people's attention, and winning their hearts and minds. So that's definitely a big part too. A lot of people focus on the short game when we should be focusing on the long game. A few other things would be the focus on action taking, which I know has just been beat to hell. But to tell you the truth, taking fearless action constantly is becoming more and more important. Because as this world gets more and more noisy, as there's more and more people competing for our attention, it gets harder and harder to actually capture attention and make people remember you. So that's a huge part of it as well, building a brand that people care about, connecting with customers on a personal level. I'm always amazed at everyone from this conference. I'm always amazed that people come up to us and say, I can't believe how personable you guys are. I can't believe how authentic you guys are. I've been to so many of these conferences, and the speakers don't even talk to me. They don't remember my name. I think I'm getting pretty good with the names, by the way. But that amazes me, because the fact that you guys are here, I'm honored that you guys are here. So I don't understand how that happens, how people don't connect with their customers, because at the end of the day, you're all what allows us to do crazy things like this and really fulfill our dreams. So really focusing on the customer is really important as well. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got there. Let me see. Sorry, I got to look at my notes here. The number one foe of public speaking. So yeah, and then another thing too is actually listening to your customers. Obviously, you have to connect with your customers, capture their attention, connect with them on a personal level. But you also have to listen to them as you continue to grow. So many companies become successful and then they forget what made them successful. Actually caring about customers, actually trying to help people and change the world through their business. So, if you're ever confused about what needs to be done next in your business, what needs to be improved, just ask your customers, because they're going to be there probably yelling in your ear for what to do next. You need better customer service. You need more products in your product line. I would love to have a bonus. I would love to have, I know I talked to someone that's doing juicers, so, customers saying, I need juicing recipes. I need, all these different things. Your customer is going to tell you exactly what you need to do in your business and where you need to grow into next. So never stop listening to your customer and never stop having that conversation with your customer because what else is a business if it's not serving customers and connecting with them? So yeah, that's a big part as well. And yeah, and then I have just a few thoughts as well on general entrepreneurship. And the people that you're going to see this weekend, honestly, they're absolute geniuses at what they do, and the strategies they're going to show you what's working in their businesses. I'm actually really excited to see it too and apply it to our businesses. So I'm gonna leave a lot of the strategies and tactics up to them. But I want to talk about just some general entrepreneurship advice that I hope is really helpful, and things that have really helped me through my entrepreneurial career from 12 years old, skipping school. So one thing that we talk about to our customers all the time is this saying that, that I kind of came up with on a whim, I guess, but your business is your own puzzle. You have to understand, again, everyone here is smart enough to do an Amazon coupon code. Everyone here is smart enough to build a Shopify store, to get a logo made. These are the easy things. The difficult thing is, you know, you got to understand your business is your own puzzle, and there's going to be tons and tons of marketers. There's going to be tons of companies doing successful things. You have to learn how to just, again, constantly take action, pick up those puzzle pieces, and see if they're going to fit into your business. Because every business, every entrepreneur is going to want to run their business differently. And every product, every customer, there's so many variables out there. No one knows your business better than you do. So trust your own gut, and even the speakers you see up here, the experts that you talk to all the time, nobody knows your business better than you do. So take every piece of advice with a grain of salt, and your business is your own puzzle. Get all those puzzle pieces you can, see what fits, and eventually you're going to build this huge, beautiful picture. So that's a big part of it as well. Again, marketers ruin everything, and I think a lot of marketers want to sell you on the idea that they know exactly what to do. But the truth of the matter is, the best entrepreneurs out there don't know what to do, but they know that they have to keep on taking action, keep on testing, keep on experimenting, and that's what's going to lead to success. I used to say when I was a kid, success is nothing but a well-strung together string of failures. So a well-managed string of failures. So the more you fail, the more successful you're going to be. And then another thing too is, again, never stop fearlessly taking action. I think the people who are naive enough to believe in themselves, enough to constantly take action, not to question themselves at every turn, they end up being the most successful. So you just have to fearlessly get out there and take action. And one of the big turning points in my life and my career was when I realized this fact. Eventually we have to not be students anymore, right? Eventually we have to stop learning and start doing. So get out there and start doing instead of learning. I think everyone here is smart enough and has gone through enough and seen enough to stop being a student and start being the person that you're trying to learn how to be, right? So never stop fearlessly taking action. Another key to my life that has really helped me out has been always trying to get out of your comfort zone. If I'm ever doing something that doesn't scare the hell out of me, I am typically I'm just bored and there's not much magic happening. I think all the magic happens when your head's a little bit underwater and you're really struggling to get back up. You're going to get back above water. Pretty much always people do, but you got to push yourself outside of your comfort zone. You got to work on ideas that actually scare you a little bit, and those butterflies in your stomach, the nervousness, all of that is going to drive you so much more and drive you to such a new level. And I don't think you're ever going to find out what you're actually capable of unless you're constantly trying to get out of your comfort zone and grow as a person. So that's a big part of it as well. Get out of your comfort zone. Let your head get a little bit below water. Get a little scared about it, and then work to get back up. And the end result is going to be much better. And then let's see what else I got for you guys here. Yeah, just my final thought too is, guys, I'm 25 years old. I'm probably one of the youngest people in this crowd, and I don't say that to pump myself up or anything. I say it because I think everybody in here, a lot of the people in here, have more experience than I do. They're smarter than I am. So everybody here is capable of doing anything. If anything that any other person has done, building Google, building Facebook, it doesn't matter how big it is. These were all done by individual people just like you. No different at all. Never think that they're different. So, anything you guys want to do, if you see someone doing something you want to do, go out there and do it. It's going to be actually easier for you to accomplish the same thing because they've already laid the groundwork and the plan for you. So anything that any other person has done out there, never, in the same respect that you don't want to be a student forever, never place people on a pedestal because if anybody has accomplished anything, you can do the exact same, and you can do it quicker, and you can do it better. So get out there and just kick some ass. So guys, that's my short speech here. So we'll see. Me and Kyle will be jumping on stage back and forth, and yeah, I think a lot of the speakers you're going to see here this weekend, again, are just absolute geniuses at what they do. We've really worked hard to carve out the key elements behind the scenes of what is working in people's businesses, and that's really what we're trying to bring to you this week. So yeah, guys, I hope you really have a great time. Again, it's an absolute honor that you're here with me today. Even the people that we lost to the bar, I hope they have a great time too. But yeah, I really hope you guys get a ton out of this event, and if you don't, definitely email me personally. As all of our customers know, like I said, I practice what I preach. I'm going to do everything I can to help you guys be successful as well. So again, guys, thanks a lot for being here, and I hope you all have a wonderful weekend.